crazy mother.
What it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Rod Corner. You are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Podcast. You know that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today, we're going to answer the question of what happened to masculinity. Yes, you have a lot of women out here complaining that masculinity is gone. What happened to masculinity? What happened to courting a woman? You know, why do men want to be chased and this and that and the other? So, it's like, first of all, you all destroyed masculinity by calling it toxic. You know, the very thing that men would do to get your attention is now toxic. You know, and I'm not talking about the men that happen to do criminal acts. So y'all label, y'all put everything in this one little bag and just shook it up. You all are not separating good men from bad men. Just everything a man does is toxic. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we act, the way we do everything is toxic. Mansplaining and all these other things. So now when men don't want to talk to you all, oh, what's wrong? How come men don't talk? Because every time we say something, you all take it as, oh, they're mansplaining. You complain about it. You ask us a question. Oh my God. You got 1,000,001 questions, but then when we don't answer it the way that you want it to be answered, you got a problem with that. Instead of just saying, hey, okay, that's the way he felt, or that's this, and this. You all want us to think how you want us to think. That's the crazy thing about it. You all don't want us to think on our own. You don't want us to have our own thoughts. You want us to think like you. You want us to agree with everything you want us to agree with. Lord forbid a man disagrees with something that goes on in the news and it's a man versus a woman. Just whole Cassie Diddy thing. You women are out here getting mad because a lot of men are like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is, and this. And then they're not taking on the very thing that you are saying as being the truth. I got a problem with it. Why don't men court women? Because, for one, I'm not paying you to go on a date. You all have a set amount that needs to be spent at a minimum. I'm not doing that. A lot of you women, the funny thing is, you would tell me how busy you are, what you have to do, this. I got this to do, 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 this to do. Okay. You don't have time. I'm not chasing you. And men don't want to be chased. Men just refuse to chase. If you're not interested in me and I feel like you're not interested in me, why the hell would I come after you? Why would I seek to try to get to know somebody that's not interested in me? And I tell all men all the time, hey, bro, if you walk up on her, if you gotta really just lay it into it, come on, what's up? Let me get your number, man. Hey, man, fuck that. Don't do it. There's too many women out here that actually want to be with somebody. When you run up on these chicks with all this makeup on and weave and, they just want to be seen, bro, that should be one of your red flags right there, bro. She's a woman that wants too much attention. Leave her alone. Man, y'all got to start dating. See, dumb niggas will tell you to date within your tax bracket. Like you buying hoes. You're not buying them. Hell no. You have to date within your interest. And your interest should be a woman that's interested in you. Trust me, there's plenty of women out here that you'll be attracted to, that are interested in you. That's the crazy thing about it. Make women understand that, hey, I'm not gonna chase you. It's not worth it. There's not a woman on this planet that's pretty enough to chase. No, it's not. Why don't men court women anymore? Why don't we court women anymore? Because y'all make the process so difficult. I'm not saying be easy busy and this and that and the other. If you're not interested in a man, just say that up front. Don't try to get a free meal out of him. Don't try to finesse him out of anything. Just say, hey, I'm not interested. Boom, boom, boom. And fellas, if she tell you that shit up front, leave her alone. All this, he's not applying pressure. I'm like, don't apply pressure, bro, because then they'll get on there and complain. Oh, look at him. I told him to leave me alone. You got women saying men don't apply enough pressure. Then you got some women saying, oh, you can't even sit down and have a drink and this and that and the other. Just, it would be nice if you could just tell who's interested and who's not. And in that way, you can save time across the board. That's the thing that kills me, are the women that say, oh, men don't apply pressure. They want to be chased. No, we don't. Men don't want to be chased. Men just don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. When you go out, when you talk to a woman, you get her phone number, and you text her, and she don't text back. You call her, she don't answer. Okay. Then when you finally get a hold of her, I live a very, very, very busy life. Nobody's ever too busy to actually talk to you. Ever. It's just that you're not important enough for them to talk to. You're not important enough for them to carve out some time throughout their day, to say, hey, what's up with you? That's all that is. All this, every time, man, I've dealt with women, and it's, oh, I'm so busy. I got to do this at work. I had to do that. I got my kid. There's no such thing as too busy. Now, you all may have schedules that don't align with one another, but there's no such thing as too busy. People make time for the people, places, and things that they're interested in. When they're not interested in you, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, then just leave, bro. Stop chasing after these women, man. They want to be by themselves, or they don't want you around, don't be around. Stop trying to force yourself into a spot in their lives. Stop trying to be there. I think that's what's wrong with most men. Y'all grew up with this servant mentality that I want to serve women. I want to make a woman's life easier and this and that and the other. And what about your life being easier? You know what I'm saying? What about you being happy? Because I know a lot of men right now in relationships miserable as fuck. They always talk about women are miserable, women are in marriages and this and man, trust me. Men are in relationships that's loveless, sexless, affectionless, no affection. I can't get the word right. No affection, no intimacy, no conversations. And it's like, damn, why am I here? You get to thinking, why am I here? Why should I stay within this relationship? How does it serve me? And then a lot of men are in a relationship still because, I got children. I don't want to lose my house. I don't want to lose access to my children. Because as soon as something happens, you asked out. They're your children when they want to tell you how much trouble carrying a child and having a child is. I had your child, I had your babies, but then if you want to leave, they're her babies now because she want to control everything. So when you ask what happened to masculinity, nothing happened to masculinity. Masculinity woke up and decided to be respected. Masculinity woke up and decided it wanted more. If you demand more, you'll get more. Masculinity decided, I need to be more important to myself than anything else out here. Because for me, I am the most important person in my life. Women will let you know in a heartbeat. They are the most important person in their lives. Hey, I need my self-care. I need to do this. I need to do that for me. But then when a man does it, what happened to masculinity? Bros, I'm just trying to tell you, man, take a page out of their book as far as self-care. It's about your mental health. It's about your peace of mind. It's about your peace in life. It's about you being able to wake up every day happy. You know, the world just looks angry. And if people start taking care of themselves first, maybe it'll change some things, because you will start attracting people to you that are already in a good place. Because a lot of you guys try to find these women that are in a bad place and you try to fix them. Man, you can't fix these women out here, man. You need to stop trying, because you're going to burn yourself out. You know, I like to go to Home Depot and all the stores where a lot of older people are, and I watch couples, and a lot of times I see the man is just broken physically. I mean, it just looks like, man, like this dude done worked all his life to try to keep her up, or woo, 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 woo. And then I hear a woman ask, you know, what happened to the men that work for 50 years, all overtime, get a check to the woman, and then die? I'm like, that's the mentality that a lot of these women have. You're disposable. Most women, when you ask what do they like about a man, it's always based on what he's willing and able to give. It's not just who he is. I love just who he is. He just makes me laugh. He's just, you know, he's just this beautiful person. It's never that. It's how good of a servant you are. What kind of service you can give them. You know, when they call you, if I call you at 2 a.m., you know, with my tires flat, can I, you know, that guy. They want that guy. See, a lot of these women want wife perks without the wife works. You see what I'm saying? And whether it's girlfriend, wife, both of them are interchangeable to me, because I don't believe in titles. I believe in treatment. So when it's like, when you're at that point in your life and you feel like, man, I just want more. When you start wanting more for yourself, it becomes a problem to a lot of these women out here. When you become confident in yourself, you know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like the women nowadays don't want. They don't want a man that's competent, confident in himself. They don't want a man that can think for himself. You know, because a lot of women so often, I got to get my man's clothes ready. See, that's why you're dealing with a man that's probably been raised by his mama. If you still got to iron your man's clothes, if you still got to fix his meals, I mean, I ain't saying doing these things for him because you want to, because you have to, because he doesn't know how to do any of these things on his own. If you left him today, he wouldn't be able to boil hot dogs. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. You gotta, fellas, yo, we gotta wake up, man. You know what, man? We should start teaching our young guys, man. We gotta start teaching our young guys how to cook, how to clean, how to wash clothes, how to dry them, how to fold them. We need to teach our young guys how to keep house, right? Because a lot of these women don't, bro. When you look at the background in their pictures, man, it's messy. So I think our young boys need to know how to love themselves first. Stop concentrating on teaching them how to go get a woman. Teach them how to go get themselves. You know, teach them how to go and find the best person, you know, in their lives to help them grow. And I'm not talking about a woman. I'm talking about guys to be around that's going to give them positive mentorship. You know, hey man, if you got a dad out there, and see a lot, and I'm going to touch on this in another video, but a lot of you need to go and seek out your fathers. You know, your moms will tell you one thing, but it's actually another. Your dad didn't leave you, he left your mother. And first you got to find out if the man is really your father or not. You know what I'm saying? You got to start questioning your mother, man. You can do it in a respectful manner. Question her. Hey, where my dad at? You know, women want to know what happened to masculinity. Well, first we gotta see what happened. You know, why is there men in his life? What kind of men are in his life? Are these men soft? You know, masculinity, you can't control. See, y'all women don't want masculinity because y'all can't control it. Y'all don't want masculinity. You just want a man that will do for you. You don't want a masculine, mature man. You don't want a man that's gonna say, you know what, hey, no. Y'all don't want a man that's gonna put his foot down. You know, it's funny when you hear him, hey, my dad does everything for my mom, and you know, he always wants to be, you know, feel needed. Poor guy. I don't want to feel needed. No. Hell no. Because see, when a person needs you, they're going to keep asking you for shit all the time. You're going to have to keep doing and doing and doing and doing and doing. You can't threaten me and say, I'm going to have another man do it. So, go ahead. I don't care. Just like you can have another man do it, I can have another woman do whatever I need. You know, if that's the game motherfuckers want to play. Y'all fellas got to stop thinking the woman you have right now is all you can get. Serious business. There's too many women out here, bro. Too many women out here for you all to diminish your value to make her feel good. I'm just saying. Now, this is just, I'm just talking strictly to the guys out here who keep running into these women that want to use them, or they got a woman that don't treat them right. Bro, if you got a woman that treats you good, yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Man, you gotta reciprocate that goodness. You know, you got a woman that's loving on you, love on her back. You got a woman that's willing to talk to you and kick it. Because you got to realize a lot of women don't want to talk. They just want to keep doing things. They just want to do stuff. They don't want to talk to you. They just want to do stuff. You know, they'll come with some, you know, I don't want words, I want actions. Nah, shorty, before you get to the action, there's going to be words. You know, hell, before you fight, a lot of times there's words before a fight. Before you make love, there's words before making love. I gotta know what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? You know, start getting to know these females, man, inside out, man. Stop asking for sex off the rip. Don't cloud your judgment with sex. Kick it with her for a while. Talk to her on the phone. Don't even take her. Don't ask for sex and don't take her out on dates. Just talk to her on the phone for a while. If she can't hold a conversation, why the hell do you want her? Bro, it's 2025. It's time to rise and fly.